Okay, 120 class is already a challenge for me. Okay, I always complain to my director also 120, it's a huge strength is there, blah, blah, blah. Evaluation is so difficult. This thing is very difficult. And then further task is individual potential. That's really, really means we say that, see, I have taught the class of 30 at Thapar. I was teaching class of 30 only. And days back, but now those days has gone. It's a class of 120 now. And I know that this class of 240, it's going to come. It will be there. It's not far away. So, but still we need to go through this individual potentials, and this individual potentials can be only explored with the help of technology. I'm telling you, that's why I said that you forget all bad things. The crisis forget that, but this COVID-19 has given us the opportunity. And my civil guys also on Zoom, on Gmeet, they were not ready to deliver lectures on classroom, but all are ready. See, humanity people, they are ready. So that opportunity is there with the India now. And these tools will tell you about, with the analytics, what is the individual potential, whether one person is good in theory, in analytics, in design, in what kind of individual potentials are there. So based upon that, you are to give them the electives. You have to give them the curriculum based upon individual needs. Then comes, how do we make the curriculum interdisciplinary? That we have talked a lot about this. And how do we increase industry interactions? How do we encourage industrial research in curriculum? See, industrial interaction is one model is that we have here, that full 1 week is dedicated for industry people. They come over in our campus, means for different disciplines, different industry experts, they come. The department has tie-ups with these all, but still I don't appreciate. Yes, it is better if you have nothing. It's better than that. Means from zero, it's always better. But how it can be improved, you see. Means at IIT Hyderabad, their chairman board of governor, he's an industrialist in Hyderabad. He offers a course on industrial management. It's 1.5 credit course. And in the institute auditorium or sitting in his industry itself, he delivers that lecture, he evaluates that, everything. Chairman board of governors, friends, think of in our institutes, how many chairman board of governors, they even come to your meetings, and to what extent they participate in your, accept your finances, where they participate, and to what extent they give inputs in curriculum, all these. But we are blessed. In our case, there was a chairman, past chairman of NASCOM. He was our chairman board of governors. He asked us to visit new IITs and certain other institutes also, and then come up with the Industry 4.0 curriculum also. So then I was given the challenge that I have to study Industry 4.0 and to come up with the solutions. So these all are there. So how to increase that industry interaction? If you think that your 3 credit course or 4 credit course will be offered by an industry expert, okay, your 4 credit course typically of 16 week semester, if it is there, 14 or 16. In our case, it is 14. Most of the IITs, it is 14 weeks, and other universities and institutes, it's 16 weeks. So if it is a 3 credit, if it is 300, okay, so 48 lectures are required in 16 week semester, and 42 lectures are required in 14 week semester. And if it is a 4 credit and 4 lectures, if it is a purely theory, or if it is say 302, 2 hours are for practical and 3 lectures are there. So 42 lectures, forget it, that an industry expert will spare time and will do everything for you. It's not possible. So I have suggested certain suggestions in that fractal credit. So if you have 1 credit course, think of 1 credit means 14 lectures are required. And those 14 lectures, if you are rigid enough, for 14 weeks they will be delivered, forget it. Your semester should be flexible. Again, I'll say, not thanks. That will not be the appropriate word to say thanks COVID-19. Rather, some better word someone can suggest, that opportunity is there. Okay, so our semester is now, means they are delayed. Now we have to come up with the flexible solutions. All we will be, now MHRD is struggling with that to come up with another alternative calendar. So these all are there. So what we have done is, there is a 0.5 credit course also, or 1 credit course is there. That 1 credit is completely on industrial methodologies. Means Tata Power guy is there in our electrical engineering, 1 credit course. He is our alumni. So Tata Power person will come, and one credit course means 14 lectures. So Saturday, Sunday, he'll come 7 days, 7 hours on Saturday, 7 hours on Sunday. He'll deliver that. He'll give you, and one teacher will be assigned to coordinate with him. So he'll be sitting in industry, will give the assignments, and will keep on evaluating the assignments on the monitor, will do everything. So that job is done, 1 credit. So how you can create a space in your curriculum for those type of courses which are really, really industry oriented, and industrial experts, if they will offer that courses, that will be the actual value addition for your undergrads, for your students. So that's what is, how do we encourage when that industrial expert will offer that course, so he'll also see the opportunities that the projects he cannot solve there, he has not time for that, so can be given to this teacher who is coordinating, and to the class also, the students, that potential he'll observe in the students and will give you, and see the manifold, and he may come for that class for campus placements also. It's not only that when you'll invite a guy for placement and then only they'll respond. So all these, because it is again that responsibility sharing, so they'll come for that. Now, prior to going to the solutions based upon these challenges, I have googled certain these vision and mission statements. I will not name the student, I have named the institute. Pardon me. I have not considered the institute, it's only samples. Sample 1, see the vision. Just go through that. Excellence in technical education through innovation and teamwork. See the heavy words of innovation and teamwork. Means you can see your own institute vision statement also. It will not be different. Just it's only the playing with the words. But see the kind of innovation in academia. To what extent we offer the opportunity for innovation and the teamwork. Then mission is educate students professionally to face societal challenges. Societal challenges. See, this COVID-19 is a challenge. That's why MHRD has come with Samadhan. That project is there. And then providing a healthy learning environment grounded well in the principles of engineering, promoting creativity and nurturing teamwork. This is one. See the second sample. So rather than going through word by word, I have seen Dr. Gupta is looking at me. So, sir, I'll finish in 15 minutes I have. Sir, 15 minutes I have?
Yes, you can continue, sir.
Okay. So, friends, please, I am not going to bore you for a longer period. I'll spend just 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. You see this vision also. Socio-economic research, holistic socio-economics development. See the word. And then see in mission. Especially see the last but second. Promote research culture among students and faculty through projects and consultancy. Curriculum, pedagogy, faculty competence. Okay, means these kind of words are there in mission and vision, but you look at it, the actual curriculum. Okay, so I have not, that's why I am not naming the institute. These are anonymous. Now the sample 3. To be the world-class university through education, innovation, research for the service of humanity. Okay, and see the kind of innovation in our curriculums are. Okay, I won't say that innovation in their curriculum, in our curriculum, because our mission statements or vision statements are the same. And ultimately, these mission and vision statements will give you POs, and based upon POs, you will design the curriculum and you will come up with the COs for individual course. And ultimately, those COs and POs are to be aligned with mission and vision statement of the institute and of the department. So see the kind of words we are giving here, and see here the third mission statement is create an environment of collaboration, experimentation, imagination, and creativity. To me, it's really surprising. I do visit for MBA evaluations also, accreditation visits. I see these all words are there, but the curriculum is again the same classical that that was designed 10 years back, and we want to continue with the same. Next sample, I think this is the last sample. It will be world-class university through excellence in technical education, research, and technology transfer. See, technology transfer. How many institutes are transferring the technology to industry for the actual use? You can name on fingers in India. Okay, but these towns are there. So then it is to be university of cooperative programs, education with the industries, R&D organization, offering tailor-made courses. Tailor-made courses are actually where you give your students freedom that they will select the credits, they'll select the courses, they'll select the open electives. What we do is when we create open electives, say the bucket is of 10 subjects. But when we are offering, we tell our graduate students, undergrad students that only this semester only these two will be offered. See, those open electives are also made as the compulsory courses rather than that only these two are there. One is economics and the one is industrial management. Whichever you want to opt, just pick up. So that's not the kind of curriculum which is expected. So I just wanted to tell you these words are there, but to the extent possible, what type of curriculum we have. Now let's certain solutions for this. How we can go and design our curriculum which is based upon Industry 4.0. See, if you will change overnight, nobody is going to accept you. Rather, you will be kicked out. Okay, so it is you have to convince first and you have to make slowly the changes. So one type of curriculum which we came up with, so that is also there. And you can say that primary refer is Carnegie Mellon and IIT Hyderabad. In my references also you'll find in further reading that is there. See, here I'll read all words to provide some resolution to these difficult questions. Fractional credit is there. Rather than who stops you to create courses of, where it is written that course can be of only 3 credit or 4 credit. Which regulatory body tells you, whether AICT tells you, UGC tells you, or MBA tells you that you should have courses of 3 credit, 4 credit, 4.5, 3.5, not less than that. It is not. Typically 3 credit course means 42 contact hours, 42 contact hours are there because we consider here 14 weeks semester. If it is 16 weeks, it will become 48. Then courses with half credit, 1 credit, 1.5, 2, 2.5, these kind of. Okay, so if 0.5, it means 7 lectures will be there. Only 7 contact hours will be there. If it is 1, it means 14 contact hours will be there. So based upon that, now to atomize the teaching program and also involve industry partners in some aspects of academics. See, I teach software engineering. It's with the lab. See, in lab, when it comes to testing tools, I tell my students, see, I am not capable of enough of teaching those tools because I don't practice these tools. Their basics I can teach, but here we have Infosys Development Center in Chandigarh IT Park, and we have tie up with them. At least my 2 hours each means 4 hours of my lab is taken by Infosys. They come over here, they take those labs, they teach that. So that way means 4 hours they can spare. But if I'll ask them that 14 into 2, 48 hours of lab you take and you engage these all, it's not possible for them. They are much more occupied as compared to we people, we teachers. So that's why if you have those components in terms of lesser number of credits means indirectly lesser number of hours they can come. The core of Fractal Academics is that breadth courses are of 1 credit, while depth courses will be of typically more credits. Means here, when I said that computational psychology or economics or human behavior, or even other than that, liberal arts. Okay, so these kind of courses you will say that no, these courses cannot be accommodated in engineering. So I have to remove 1 core course. No, friends, we can have our core courses of 3 credit if you want, or 2 credits also. Or that bucket, that slot you can divide in further 3. If it is 3 credit 1 course and you want to introduce them to 3 core courses, these are the 3 latest technologies in my core course, you divide it into 3 slots, 1 credit each. So 3 different teachers will teach these core courses. 3 different courses are there. And then comes more holistic education. And in the long run, it's giving choice to my student that my student will select that he is interested in this course or not. Depending upon his choices, means you see that the kind of guys, these are Satyam Sivam Sundaram, okay, CEO of Microsoft, CEO of all these companies. They are all, see, the persons, I don't remember the names, that music directors, that movie directors. Okay, these are one very well-known singer. He's a IIT graduate engineer from IIT Delhi. He's well-known singer. And then in Hindi Bollywood directors are there. They are basically engineer. Anil Kumble, he has been an engineer. Okay, so these all people are there, and how can you say that this engineer will be only working with machines only tomorrow? Means if I have taught this bridge engineering, then they are going to design bridge only. Forget it. And you ask these people that how much you have learned in your undergrad is part of your daily work, this paying you. Hardly it will be 10 or 20%. You can ask them. And you yourself, you see as a teacher, undergrad, whatever courses you have learned, and how much is now playing role in your day-to-day teaching. So that's why forget that only core courses are important. Rather, these other courses, other than these core courses, that's why fractal credit, I am saying that if you don't want to teach economics for 3 credits, teach for at least 1 credit. Means if your guy is not aware of that there is different 8 kinds of mindset, and out of that, if I am naming 2, say fixed mindset and growth mindset, okay, these 2 are there. If your guy in the class is not aware of that he himself is a fixed mindset, then when he'll go for the campus interview or any other interview, that person will be fixed mindset only. But there are certain kind of readings, books, videos are available which can convert fixed mindset into a growth mindset very easily. Because fixed mindset, if you give them 10,000, they'll find problem in that 10,000. The 10,000 is less, or what I'll do with this 10,000. 10,000 will create so many number of problems. Okay, but the guy with the growth mindset will see 10,000 in that opportunity. That's why I'm saying you, it's thanks to our Prime Minister that he is a growth mindset. Not growth mindset, it's a really typically a growth mindset. Said he's looking at all the opportunities in this crisis situation. Okay, but it is many are there, not only Prime Minister, many Indians are there who are well-known growth mindsets. They are the leaders. See the Google CEO, the kind of growth mindset he is, and see the speech which is now in social media taking round of that Bill Gates in 2015 speech. He said that world is not because of that nuclear bombs or missiles. It is because of certain kind of virus that world will be in danger. In 2015 he said. So now you see. So that's why it's not that if you will teach that much psychology for 1 credit or half credit to your student, he will be much prepared for the future to come, which he is going to face that cruel world. He will be much prepared. Rather than teaching him the programming core course or a machine course, he or she may will learn himself or herself later on. But that psychology may not be he'll get any chance. But yes, if half credit or 1 credit psychology you will teach, he'll try to understand the growth mindset and will try to be a growth mindset if at all he can. And then he will dig himself. He or she will dig himself or herself and will find out the solutions. So that's why we need to have these kind of human engineering courses also. Friends, this is taken from IIT Hyderabad. Booklet is there. At last I have given the reference. That booklet is about fractal credit system. It's when this young generation is, they have the options and number of options. And if you will try to snub them with your own courses, forget it. They know they have their own names in their WhatsApp groups. They know that this kind of person is this kind of this. They'll afraid from you till the grade, and after grade, you know, they'll forget you. So we are of the time when there were only DD1 and DD2. Okay, those Doordarshan channels were there. And then after that, maybe that another channel was added. And we used to use that antenna, and we used to move that antenna. Those antennas are not available these days. And we have seen this Ramayana, which is being re-telecasted. So we had very limited options, but now they have, see the pizzas, small size, medium size, and large size, and with the different toppings. And with toppings also, the different kind of cheeses and the different kind of bases. You want which base? It's a pure atta or pure these all kind of stuff is available. So now, see, this guy is saying, oh, so many varieties of pizza. Let me take 1 slice from each and try them all. I'm trying to align it with the academics. So they want to see only the small one, the small size. Let's have this And if it is tasty, if it is with my liking, then I'll go for the larger one or the medium one. Okay, the same kind of they want in each and everything. And you see, my daughter is in second year of computer and my son is in 12th, and every time when we sit, there is a fight for the remote of the TV remote. Okay, and I as a poor guy get only for 9 p.m. news only, but otherwise it's only that they want to see this, one want to see cooking program, the other want to see something else, that food and all these, that there's always fight. Or you have another TV in the other rooms, then it will be much away, much further than the nuclear family. Then there will be another nuclear. Okay, so that's why if you have that remote, so many 150 channels are there. So how you are going to control them with the computer engineering or civil engineering or electrical engineering? It's not possible. So offer them these all. This curriculum structure I have proposed. So our team has proposed this. So it's not kind of any innovative or kind of nothing. I was part of that PG curriculum structure for All India PG Research Board at AICT also for computer science. So there also I could not do this because there had many professors senior to me also, elder to me in age also, and senior to me in academics also. So it's very difficult to convince all, as I told you, but it is step by step. So it's one step, initial step. This curriculum is for PG, Master's Program in Engineering. So all my Polytechnic friends, they have also done Masters. So let it be they are teaching to diploma or you are teaching to only undergrad in engineering. But yes, we all have done Masters. We have all undergo this PhD coursework also, courses. So all these I have considered as for PG. See, forget about the scheme, whether it is metallurgy engineering, or it is computer science and engineering, or it is water resources, or it is highways, or it is structural, or it is production, or it is mechanical engineering. In mechanical also CAD CAM, in electrical it's power engineering also, or VLSI. Forget everything. It is for all. Okay, I'll tell you. See, the first bucket is soft computing. Means here all courses will be related to soft computing. And this semester we have divided into 6 slots. And each slot is of 7 hours. Each slot is of 7 hours, 7 contact hours. So now it is IoT is compulsory for all. IoT is for metallurgical engineer in PG, or it is in production engineering, or it is water resources guy, or it is power engineering. IoT is must. But it is, see, this IoT, you can see very clearly, it's 1 credit course. So there will be 14 hours for IoT. This IoT is common for all. And later on, there can be 1 full IoT course for 3 credits or 4 credits. Whosoever has liked it as a meaningful course, maybe civil engineer or maybe mechanical engineer, he is interested in depth. Now it is only breadth course. This bucket is only for breadth courses. IoT is there, and then second is ML, machine learning. It is compulsory for all. It is also 1 credit. Then 2 slots, as slot 1 and slot 2, we have kept for departments. But it will remain from soft computing. I'll show you in next slide. There's Python also in this. There is the AI also. There is another course also. So many computing resource courses are there. So department can select, or students can select for these 2 slots themselves. They are either you can make it 1 slot also. You can combine these 2 slots, S1 and S2, it will become 1. That will be one credit, but it is half credit each. So if any department want, they know, head of the department or that faculty know that this guy in the industry is working in CAD CAM and on predictive maintenance, and it's a very good course, you can invite that guy. Take this half credit or 1 credit for that, and 14 hours can be offered for that. And maybe that guy sitting in the industry can offer this course. Nobody stops. Then this is soft computing bucket. The next is soft skills and management, which is called humanities also. That is that bucket. In that, communication skill also is kept for 1 slot, because I also understand after 25 years of teaching experience also in this computer science and engineering, I do accept that I know only Angrezi. In Punjab, we say Angrezi. English, it's very difficult. It's not, I cannot. Okay, I know Angrezi. Let it be, I have 7 PhDs also and SCI publications also. But again, my English is Angrezi. Okay, so communication skill, it's very important. And then communication skill need not be taught by a humanity guy, a English guy. It can be taught by a civil engineer. It can be taught by a computer engineer, anybody, because the communication skills which are required in industry, the kind of that statement writing, resume writing, and the statement of purpose writing, then project statement writing, and then the project methodology, how to write. These all, although research methodology is there, but the English is required as the terms, technical terms which are required, that may not be that your English guy may not be knowing that. So that way, but it is left to the institute, left to the branch, whatever they want to decide. Then comes management and entrepreneur skills, or it is IPR. It is also very important. So that one credit we have kept for that. Then comes professional ethics. It's utmost important, which is missed in engineers, because that's why we say that they are not human engineer. So that professional ethics, that is also one credit. So this bucket is, and you are free to change, select whatever you want to do, you add here. But that is for necessary, that it is for soft skills and management. One bucket is for soft computing. See, it's only in a way, it's only one course on management and one course on soft computing. But the variety you are offering, that is different. So it's almost done. Then comes program core 1, program core 2, and then program electives, whether you want to keep one course of 3 credit or you want to keep n number of courses with fractional credits. You want to offer 3 industrial electives, and you have 2 industrial experts and 4 your academic experts. So depending upon that, you are free to offer. Okay, and it's one thing is also there. As soon as your credit is over, your exam will be conducted, so that your students are not burdened at the end of the semester that all these courses, all these exams are there. As soon as this credit is over, exam is done. For 1 credit, you need not to have a written exam. You can have a project, or you can have certain innovative assignments, seminars. These all can be there. And if it is 2 credit, you can have exam. After 2 credits are over, your 28 hours are over, you have exam. See, there can be, successful people have the results to show, and the others have reasons to show. Okay, so reasons are n number of reasons are there, that university controls exam, this is that. Your BOS can recommend university also, and university will be compelled to change. There is nothing kind of, but the only thing is, first I need to change myself. First I have to learn these all, and I have to change. Program electives are there. Then engineering mathematics is also, that is the main component. That is for related to its undergrad or its postgrad. Engineers cannot survive without mathematics. So mathematics also we divided into 3 slots: engineering math 1, engineering math 2, engineering math 3. Maybe that differentials, they are very important for computer engineer, and they may not be useful for metallurgical engineer. They require something different in the mathematics. Like optical physics is very important for my engineering electronics guy and computer guy, but it may not be useful for the mechanical engineer. They need kinematics or mechanics they want. So depending upon that, you can select the physics also, that buckets you can create. See, mandatory courses that in soft computing, we have kept, as I told you, IoT and machine learning. Soft skills also this, and select any 2 courses for S1 and S2. Data analytics we have given, artificial intelligence, any language, Python or Java, and then sensors. Okay, in this bucket, S1 and S2 is there. For that, you can select out of these. Then select any 3 courses from the following for engineering mathematics. The variety of mathematics is there. But again, see, if any engineering guy is changing, so mathematics guy has to also change. For them also, it's not that 3 credit classical courses there. So they will further divide it into. See, tensor analysis, it's very, very important for civil engineering guy, because they are going to use TensorFlow in machine learning. So these all, they learn from here. Then numerical optimization techniques, Fourier transformations, and all these small capsules they'll create, and wherever, in which branch it is required, they'll offer. Now it is semester wise. This was first semester, and in second semester it's completely dedicated for, you can say, DERM, your research methodology, which is mandatory by UGC also, AICTE also, and otherwise also research methodology for all the kind of projects. And then in second semester there are program core 3, program core 4, and program electives. Here it is, nobody stops you for further dividing the program core. In one slot, you can divide the semester into 2 slots and you can have 2 courses. If you think you're interested in that, your students are interested in that. Likewise here, and likewise program elective, you can offer one also, or you can offer multiple in the same slot. So number of courses which can be accommodated, that will be much more. And if they have learned, a civil guy has learned IoT also and machine learning also, so they'll come up with the mini project, and that will be of the real imagination. You can think of the real kind of problem they will consider. And then the summer term is there, that is for industry visits. They'll go to the actual industry. Teacher will take them to the actual industry, and it will be only satisfactory or non-satisfactory. And after they'll come back, they will submit a report or presentation that will be there based upon that industry and what kind of problem they have observed there and how that problem can be resolved. That will be there. So all this will be there. I'll hand it over to Professor Gupta after this, and they'll share with you this presentation. And third and fourth semester is completely for thesis or for industrial project. Here, don't consider that subjects are very essential or important or these. No, friends, our 50% of the more than 50% students, they are spending their 1 year in the industry. For 6 months, industry is not ready to take them, PG students. And the whole nation is struggling with the PG placements. I would say our scenario is much better. Our PG students are also, they are getting placed in the industry because of these all. Because thesis and industrial projects, they go there, they go to industry after their second semester, and they spend that time on solving their real problems. And that's why they get placed also. And if it is, you want to take it 16 credit or 14 credit, that depends upon the length of the semester. And that's it. And then there is further reading. I told you that IITsystem.ac about the fractal credit. That is from IIT Hyderabad, the first reference. Second is smartcities.gov.in, urban ministry, smart system. The smart cities project is from Ministry of Urban Development. So there one document is there which defines a smart city. So there are n number of problems for all types of disciplines in engineering, in humanities, in mathematics, all type of problems are there. And then one is from, I think it's Vietnam, their smart city definition, the third one. And fourth is smart water management system. It's this thing, IIIT Hyderabad have come up with one project. So that project you can refer to. It was 2015 proposal was there, and it's open source, it's available. This link you can follow. And then one is from professor from IIT Kanpur, along with Infosys. They have given this project on smart materials. They have submitted a proposal. I think that project is already there. They are developing that smart materials. If smart bridges are required, to construct those bridges, you need smart materials also. So that is being taken care of in this project. So thank you.